So I'm a printmaker, and one of the things that I do is I use wood to make woodcuts. And so when I got this World Challenge paper, the first thing I thought to do is, hey, woodcut. Now, you could see actually that this is a tree, and I'll show you the two forces that ended up contributing to this image, because at first it was just a tree. And I made a whole lot of prints with it, just a tree, but it was like, needed something special. So I eventually decided that, to turn it into kind of a woman figure. And I was thinking about nature deities or something like Daphne, who was a woman who turned into a tree. In Ovid's Metamorphoses, she did. And so, that's how this imagery came to pass. But it kind of works out because Alexandra really wanted to make tree-free paper so that trees wouldn't always be, cut up to make the paper. That you could make it from the end of factories that worked on clothing, or that you could use flowers and stems to, make new paper without having to, kill a tree. I put all of these papers here because you could see how the different papers, sort of lend so much to an image. So this is a torso, which I, sort of worked with a lot. It was one of the artist's exercises that we had to do, and as coming of age as artists, you had to do a lot of drawing, and a lot of them were of torsos. And so now I've been doing this torso for something like 30 years, and I can do it on automatic. But here's the paper, and you could see that here and there the petals have come down, but they're kind of a ruined beauty. It sort of lends something nice to it. So this is an etching, which is bitten into the plate with ferric chloride and then inked with lithographic inks. Now here's the tree part. Now this tree is up in Rosendale, New York, and as I was studying it, I got more and more into what a beautiful tree it was, and I also etched this on a copper plate, and had a lot of fun printing it on different papers. So this paper is latke, and it actually is kind of translucent, so that you have an image on both sides. And it's made up in Nepal from a bark fiber. And it looks very fragile, but actually it's very, very strong. So this paper has little fragments of silk and material floating around in it. And it does wonderful things because it sort of has the sense that the branches have more complications, and that there are further branches. So it really contributed a lot. And I like the edges, which end up, having a life of their own, very, very fibrous. Another thing that you could do with it, which is exhibited here, is I cut out stencil the size of the woman, and I printed the woodcut with very dark ink, and then I peeled away this paper, and you could see that it left all of these veins in the form where the woman was. And so the paper and the fibers of the paper actually contributed a wonderful sense of veining and life to that tree. So, I also used little pieces of latke in this Polaroid transfer, and basically this was using the paper as a collage on top of a substrate that was a Polaroid transfer. So here's that little torso again. So it's not extraordinary that the woman tree came from the combination of the trees and the torso.